Greetings and salutations, everyone. My name is Samurai Schultz, and welcome to Unreal Engine HATEND. We're doing this first today. This might actually be our entire Saturday morning stream. I don't know. I feel like working on this. Don't really feel like playing Black Book, which is what I've been playing mainly, or Voin. I still just don't really feel like that. Just feeling super motivated right now to finish this. Now, if you look at my face, you might be wondering what's going on? Why does it look like he's trying to mog somebody? Like he's trying to, you know. Well, uh, that's because I got about 4 hours of sleep. That's it. Gosh, what does my hand look so pale? I need to change the white balance on this camera. But yeah, anyway, the sun isn't shining. I don't have a Red Bull, and I have 4 hours of sleep. So that's what we're working with here today. And that is why that's why I am doing HATEND first. So I can put my best initial amount of energy into that. So yeah, enjoy. All right. Giggy. Okay. So anyway, let's talk about this. So I went through the classes yesterday to get a better sense of the flow of data. And I did. So I'll explain to you here. We need the player character. So if you remember, we have this right here. We're initializing the overlay. So remember how I was talking about how you have the model that is being listened to. Excuse me. You have the model, which is all the game data that needs to be replicated and potentially displayed to the UI. That needs to be listened to by the widget controllers, and those widget controllers in turn need to be listened to by the UI classes that gather that data. It's the same thing with execution, okay? So, our player character, hold up. Okay, anyways, there we go. Our player character needs to send data to the HUD eventually. Remember that player character is part of the model, right? They're part of the data that needs to be sent to UI because, well, the player state, which is right here, has the ability system component and the attribute set, which need to get sent over. So pretty much the start of the whole chain is these two. they're both calling init ability actor info. Remember, this is client for client replication. This is for server replication. Wow, that was way too hard for me to say. Holy crap. Anyways, those are both calling init ability actor info, right? Well, that's where this is right here. Okay. What's the definition of this? Oh, okay. Well, it's basically getting access to the four things that we need: the player controller, player state, uh, attribute attribute set, and ability system component. And then it's calling init overlay with those as parameters. You see how they highlight? So here, first time it's highlighted, here is right there. So that's where it's defined as a raw pointer of type A HATEND player controller. This is defined as a raw pointer of type A HATEND player state. Well, actually, it's right there. And then ability system component. That returns a pointer to U ability system component. And then this returns, let's see. Well, that's just a T object pointer. But anyways, well, it's calling init overlay. So let's see here. So that's called on the HUD class. Okay. So it's taking those in as parameters. And actually, it looks like it should implicitly convert them to, because before it was an A HATEND player controller. This is just an A player controller. And then this is an A HATEND player state, but now it's getting converted to this, I think. But yeah. And then we create this struct based on our input parameters, and then we're passing that in. And then we have get overlay widget controller, which is up right here. And then it's calling this function right here, which is an HATEND widget controller. Because remember, we passed in WC params, widget controller params, and now it's setting each of the pointers on here. Because remember, we had these 4 pointers, or T object pointers, not raw pointers. I need some lotion. My elbows have been really bad recently. And also, 1 second. There we go. Decides to send text. Okay. Okay. So anyways, we're setting those pointers based on WC params. So there's a struct that lives on that HATEND widget controller now. And overlay widget controller will implicitly inherit from that. Right, so we have this HATEND attribute set equal to attribute set. And this attribute set, where is that inherited from? Literally right there. Okay, and then there's one more bit actually. Right, yeah, so this is calling get overlay widget controller. And then we are also calling a couple other functions. So we're calling set widget controller. And that's on overlay widget that we're setting that. And the way we're implementing that, All right, let's actually take a look here. Right, it's a U function, and we are calling that. Right here. So this is the user widget, remember? And all of our widgets are based on that, like our health bar. Because our health bar, well, that's just based on this. And this, you can see the parent class is HATEND.HATENDUserWidget. Okay. So I think right here, this is also a user widget, a HATEND user widget. So we are calling the event setWidgetController, and it takes a widget controller as its input. And then the target is WBP stamina bar. I think that's the right way to think about it. Widget controller set. Oh yeah. And then this is an event. Yeah, that's right there. So we have this. Let's actually find the usages. Well, that's a U function. Widgets, content user widget. Anyway, I think that's pretty much everything. Broadcast initial values. Okay, right, yeah, so from the HUD to the widget controller, so it's actually going up. So instead of, yeah, wait. No, actually, yeah, that makes sense. So it's calling this, but the definition of it is right here. Right? That's why we have to get access to the widget controller. But we're taking health and max health and we are broadcasting them. Yeah. And we're going to set up a delegate for that, which we have not done yet, I think. Anyways, I'm going to keep watching this lecture. Or for the health bar. Set widget controller. There should be, let's see, widget controller. Get widget controller. Should be that right there. Press F because I have the awesome plugin. Yeah, I'm still a little bit fuzzy on some of the finer aspects of the data flow and like the big picture. But at least I can understand like, oh, I could probably tell you where this is defined. Well, this is defined on overlay widget controller. Right? Yeah. This is defined. That's also defined on. That's. Is it? That's defined right here. Yeah. And then set widget controller parameters. That's defined on HATEND widget controller. Right. So I can tell you where things are defined, I guess, without looking at them too much. Let's go to a different one. Broadcast initial values. Where's this called? That's called on the Hot 10 HUD. We just went over that. Right, we have these broadcasts. We need to receive them, though. So we need to choose our classes that we want to. I almost pressed the power switch that my computer is attached to. Funny that. Fancy that. But yeah, we need to. There's something that we need to change to blueprint type. Hold on. Get overlay widget controller. It might be this right here. Let's see. No. Wait, it's here. Okay, I need to. Since I'm changing that class specifier, I'm just gonna exit out of this. So I'm just gonna restart. We're gonna stop and rerun. Making sure to save everything in the editor. Oh yeah, in order to cast to it, yeah, that's why we're making this blueprint type and blueprintable. What do each of these do though? Acceptable base class for creating blueprints. The default, okay. I thought I could already do that without this specifier, but oh well. Blueprint type exposes this class data type that can be used for variables in blueprints. Right, so this, we're trying to cast, apparently. Steven's trying to cast. I'm trying to figure out what the heck is going on. Anyway. Overlay widget controller. On overlay widget controller. Why did we do that? The reason we're casting to this is so that we can access its member variables, right? Because this alone widget controller. I'm just confused now. Okay, but on overlay widget controller. Casting to there. So the broadcast is on there. Okay, now we're making a. Right, okay. Wait. Right, we combined events. See that? Okay, he's saying we should just make a blueprint for it. Okay, Mr. Lobarg. Okay. So under UI, let's see. Under UI, I'm going to not do that. That would be stupid. Why can't I? Okay, now I'm just confused. Okay. What the heck was that about? Okay, anyways. New folder. Widget controller. I'm actually going to rename this. Oops. No, I'm not. It's a stupid idea. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. Okay. Anyways. Oh, great. This better not break it. Um, uh, Gee willikers. Okay. At least we're fine there. But we need to make a widget controller. So I'm going to make a, let's see, overlay widget controller. Okay. Blueprint based on this. Overlay widget controller. Doing great. Doing awesome. Tremendoso. The fabuloso. Okay. Okay. Ah, right. Yeah, we set that yesterday. Okay. I like that. There we go. Nice. Whoops. Sign health changed. What's the difference? Oh, wait. Wait. Yeah, okay. For a second, I thought maybe I should have done the casting on the base class. On this one. No, this is right, though. Ooh, I like that. Okay. On max health changed. Oh dear. That looks a little funny. Right, okay. So remember these, um, see, I thought when you were using these delegates, these multicast delegates, I thought that those had to be between classes. or between objects, but well, not between objects, between classes, I mean. Um, I thought those had to be between classes, so I didn't think that you could have. Oh, wait, no, wait, no. They are between classes, right? Hold on. User widget. Widget controller sets. Oh. Hmm. Man, I cannot wait to get a Red Bull after this. Holy crap. Let's see here. On health changed, on max health changed. You're broadcasting. I'm not sure how. Oh, wait, I see. I get it. So, right, okay. So on each of these, yeah. So on the class HATEND user widget, we could have logic that uh, receives that delegate and those parameters, but it's better to have it in a blueprint. Remember that broadcast, it can go out to anything. We just have to go to the class and choose what information we want to grab. And we're doing that right here. We don't need to specify what classes it needs to be sent to right here. That's why it's just a broadcast. Okay, I think I understand. But yeah, anyways, every time that the health is changed or the max health is changed, we want to reevaluate the UI to adjust accordingly. So to change the percentage of that health bar in this instance. Yeah, so we need to actually call this max health. Yeah, we need to be able to access that percentage. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. This lecture is 25 minutes long, and we are 80% of the way through it, roughly. I just wish he would break it up into more quests, because there's a lot of lecture time in this. Okay, anyways, we are going to make a new function called update percent, but for now, we just want to, Let's see, percent. We just want to grab this progress bar and let's see, update. Update set percent. And to do that, that's actually pretty. That's just there. I don't think we need to do much more than that. Let's see how he does it. I'm just gonna make one preemptively. Needs to take in a percent. That's going to be calculated. Okay, so he is kind of doing the same thing. So I'm actually going to... Okay, I think I'm... yeah. Yeah, so now we can call that in health bar. Itself, that's not an overlay widget controller. What? That's crazy. Who asked? This blueprint self is not an overlay widget controller. Therefore, target must have a connection. Oh. Okay. There we go. Oh, I guess I dragged off from here instead of from there. So that makes sense. Okay, so we are going to call update percent. Wait, is that really what I called it? Update. Oh. Okay, right now this function is not doing anything because this is a parent. But in here, when either of these are called, we want both of these to flow right there. So we're just going to do a safe divide. We're going to divide the max health. Nope, that's stupid. I'm going to divide the health by the max health. And that return value is going to be right there. Okay. Looks a little bit weird, but also what you going to do? Whoops, I forgot to turn off my alarms. You know, funnily enough, I thought I was actually going to, I thought I was going to have a pretty good morning. because I woke up at around 6 a.m., like a little bit after 6, and I was like, oh, I must have had a full night of sleep. And then I remembered, nope, if I wake up now, I'll only have 3 hours of sleep. So I went back. Yep. Okay, he's using Safe Divine. That's good. Set progress bar percent. So, yeah. So for some reason, he decided to do it separately. Huh. Huh. So for some reason, it's not red. Okay, I'm gonna make that red. What about stamina bar? Okay, that's... Oh, every time we compile, it changes the... Shoot. Yeah, that figures. It's okay. Let's press play. Okay, let's see. Overlay. Whoops, no. What am I doing? Show debug ability system. Health is 50. Max health is 100. Okay, so it's not displaying correctly. Why is that? Why is it doing that? Also, for some reason, it's not displaying the red color that I chose. Hmm. Percent. Update progress bar percent. I'm gonna take a quick look at how... Progress bar. Hmm. Wait. Oh, we didn't actually add a target. Okay. More properties. Progress bar. There we go. Or maybe not. Update. What? Hmm. We actually don't need that as a target. Wait, hold on, let me... Let me recompile this. Okay, which that's gonna set. Oh, it didn't set it back. I don't know why it didn't set this back to. Tint. Tint. What did I have? Color and opacity. Right under background. What the heck is appearance? Oh, yeah, I see. So we have tint right there. I'll just copy that and paste it there. Okay. So health bar, let's go back to this. Trying to figure out why it is not showing up correctly. Actually, if I press play, they're both still white. Do I need to recompile this? Do I need to re-add them to the viewport? What do you mean they're in use? Yes, I do want to delete them. Got a health bar, got a stamina bar. Yeah, maybe I just needed to drag them in again. Infinite loop detected. Set widget controller call stack. We're setting the widget controller. But this is not really set to anything. And this is... Yeah, that's not... Let me back up in the lecture here. Oh, wait. Hold up. Wait, where's... Interesting. Oh, wait, I have to check these. Okay. If I check these and make them variables. Oh, right, okay. So, let's get that. And get this. Now I think it should work. Oh, please, please work. Nope, still not working, because each of those should be 50%. And they're not. Why is that not working? Okay. Yeah, I totally missed this before. Okay. Where's the event widget controllers? Okay, overlay widget controller. WBP underscore overlay. Oh, it's happening in Aura HUD. Again, I sometimes just forget how Aura HUD plays into everything. Okay, but anyways, under the hood, when this event gets called, then widget controller set, or maybe it's the other way around. Wait. Yet right here, when we set the widget controller there, this gets called. Yeah. Widget controller set, yeah. Event widget controller set, yes. We updated that. Stamina bar, health bar. Let's bring this up again. Yeah, so for some reason, he has this bit on health bar instead of having it on rectangle progress bar. And I'm not really sure why. Because that's just going to be called repeatedly. Like you might as well put this functionality in your base blueprint and then make the result a member variable. You know, like you have this reference as a member variable that both of these can access. Okay. You know what? Let's do a check. So let's make sure that broadcast is actually going through. So I'm going to... Okay, so it is getting triggered. Okay. So we have health, base value, current value set to 50. Okay. Max health is set to 100. Right, so it should be 50 out of 100. It should be 50%. And then the bottom one. Actually, we made. Why did we do soul? Why didn't we just do stamina? That would have been better. Okay, that was kind of silly. Okay, what if... Sorry, can I just not open this? Oh, I have to press play there. Okay. Okay. What if, what if it's just this part that's not working? I'm gonna make a print string. I'm gonna, whoops, excuse me. I'm gonna make a couple of print strings, and each of them are gonna print out a value. And I just want to see this is working properly. See how nice that is to just have it all neatly ordered? I love that. Yeah, so we're dividing the health by the max health. Right, yeah, so that's the right way to do it. And that should be updating the progress bar. Okay. Save all and press play. Okay, and we are getting the right values for those, indeed. And we're not getting the infinite loop now. We're not getting the... We're not getting that error that we had before. Okay, I don't think I did anything to change that, but whatever. So we don't need those anymore. I'm gonna get rid of those. Let's update progress bar percent. We're gonna add an output. You know what? Actually, no. I'm gonna go to health bar, and I'm gonna make a print string. Print string, and in this print string, I'm going to get this just to be sure. What's wrong? Error. Match any parameters. Okay. Well, it's not in here, actually, so... I don't know what to do. Yeah, there's something really weird going on here. Okay, now it's fine. Let's just put in update progress bar percent again. So for this rectangle progress bar, it's going to be 0. Doesn't matter what we have in there. We don't need that. The overlay. Let's see if this is getting called. Overlay widget controller. Okay, so that is getting called 0.5, 0.0. Wait, what? 0.5. Dude, I'm so confused. Why are we getting two values? Whoops. I'll just disconnect that. Okay, let's save all. Display. Okay. Right, yeah, it's showing the overlay widget controller, or the name of the object. And then when I plug that in, I don't know if you can see that, we're getting 0.5. No, wait. We're getting the name of the widget controller, then 0.0, and then 0.5. Oh, why is it so cloudy outside? I'm actually going to go grab some vitamin D, so I will be right back. And we're back. Okay. So we were trying to figure out why this is printing two values. And it might be due to the fact that I'm using the same node for both. It's just, it doesn't make sense to me, but okay. So I'm gonna okay, safe divide. Actually, I'm gonna promote this to a variable. Wait. No, I'm not. Yeah. I'm not gonna do that now. That's how did you do it here? Let's take a gander. Doink, 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 doink. Okay. So right after this, I'm going to delete that. So we have health and max health. And then we're going to do a safe divide. This on the bottom. That's going to be on top. That's going to be right there. Okay, so that's going to go right there. Oh, that looks a little ugly. Okay, anyway. Paste that. Boop. Okay, that's cleaner. And we're halfway through. Okay. I need my Red Bull. I need it so bad. I need it to live. Why? I'm pretty sure it's not anything in my IDE. I don't think it's anything in my source code. Uh, I'm sure it'll come to me at some point here. Okay, what if I... So I'm going to print this out. I'm going to print this out. So one is printing out 0, the other is printing out 0.5. So what's going on there? Oh, because we're calling... Wait. So... on event widget controller set, which is called after this, um, hmm. So right here... No. I was looking at it right here. Okay. What was I doing again? Uh, we're having such a great time today, folks. It's going awesome. I mean, to be honest, it really is. Because normally I would have just quit by now. And I just want to be done with stream, get some more sleep right now, but I can't. I need to work on my game. It's an impulse I cannot ignore. So, my day is not going to be great, but it will be good. It will be good. Okay, right. Okay. So, when we broadcast initial values, we're doing get health and then get max health. But... Wait. Right, because max health, I wasn't listening to him talking. Max health has not been set yet. It's not been initialized. And by max health, I don't mean the attribute itself, I mean this right here. Yeah, so he's calling it in both places, where I did not. Yeah, so for some reason... Why the heck is the percent? Okay. Progress bar. Assert. Yeah, there's no percent on here. So of course it's not going to get set properly. Okay, so yeah, so it's definitely nothing with the source code. So we've determined that at least. I need to figure out what it is though. It's yeah. Well, I mean, I just said it actually. There's no percent here. Health and max health, right? They have not been initialized. Right, those are member variables. Or yeah, the member variables. It must be something with this function then. And the percent is working. But the progress bar, we're just like, I don't understand what. This must be such a simple thing. There's really not that many factors playing into this. Oh. Yeah. So this is referencing the rectangle progress bar. Yeah, for him it's the same thing essentially. Yeah, what? I I really just do not understand. And I guess ordinarily my argument for quitting before now would be I'm not doing effective work anyways. And maybe that is valid logic, but it don't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah, so it's calling it there. It just must be something to do with inheritance. I'm just gonna try redoing the function. Hopefully that helps. So I'm going to delete this. Let's go up to this. I'm gonna delete it. I'm gonna compile and save. Oh no, it's invalid. That's rough. Gonna delete that and delete that. And I'm just going to recreate it. So we have progress. Wait. Whatever. We're just gonna get it and then percent. We're going to. No. Wait. Actually, before I do that, I want to do it. Wait. I can't delete it? What? I can't delete these nodes for some reason? Whoa. Whoa, what the heck is going on? Yeah, my keyboard is working. What? What if I just undo? Okay, that works. Sure. Sure. Yes. Okay, so okay, I see. Okay. Yes, so let's make a function called this is going to be update progress bar percent. Input is going to be percent, and that's going to be a float. We don't need any output parameters, but we do need this. Set percent. Wait. Oh my gosh, was this just not hooked? I think it was just not hooked up. I think I might have just not been hooked up. Oh my gosh. Are you serious? Yep. I'm the smartest guy around. Update progress bar percent. Okay. Well, if it doesn't work now, then I don't know what I'm gonna do. It works. My time machine works. Do you see that? You see that? Look. No, it's set to half. I know it looks a little weird. Uh, this is not the final product. Okay, I mean, we're not even using gameplay tags yet. So, yeah. Ha ha ha. Oh, gee willikers. Mm. Okay, that looks cleaner. Wait. A second. That should actually be right there. Hold up. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so we're doing a sequence just to organize things a little bit better. So after we're setting that widget controller, we're going to do this. So that all is right there. Ugh! I love that. It looks so clean and cubic. Mwah. Love it. Okay. So we need to bind to Maxell. Oh, okay. So he's doing it separately. Wow, everything is going to be separate. Wow. I like that. And then we'll probably have, I was going to say more for stamina, but we're on health bar, so that's it. That should be all the variables. Ah. There we go. Now let's comment this. Set widget controller. Imagine using a reroute node, Steven. If only you had the electronic nodes and blueprint assist plugins. Unfortunately, it does not handle comments very well. So if I put a comment here, we'll see if it bugs out. But this is going to be on. Health changed. So now it's going to be a little bit weird. Yeah, so for some reason it bugs out a little bit. I don't know what the reason for that is exactly. I'm actually going to delete this because I want to. That there, okay. Not sure why it chooses to do that. I don't know why the. Yeah. Oh well. Okay. We're so. We're so close. Okay, now we're listening for attribute changes. Finally. And this one, we might actually be able to get this one done because it's a little over 11 minutes. Yeah. Okay, so on overlay widget controller, we're calling some stuff. Man, do I really have 10? I have 10 tabs open. Okay, so anyways, ability system components, get attribute set, whoops, gameplay attribute value. Get gameplay attribute value. Change delegate. So what does this do? What are we doing with this? Register for when an attribute changes. Attribute value. Okay. I think for real, I'm probably gonna be done in 9 minutes here. Just because I do need to actually prepare for today. I have worked on my project a bunch. I got an entire lecture done today, which is not bad. I wonder how many lectures there are total, actually. Overview. Over 24,000 students. Yeah, 106 hours total. Uh, it was updated this last February, which is super recent because I think it was published. Oh, there's 428 lectures. um, that's why we need to do several lectures a day, at least, if I'm going to reach my goal of making a prototype for my game by the end of this year. It'll be a very rough prototype, and it will not have all the systems that I want to have, unfortunately. But that's just how it's going to be, I guess. Okay, so he's. So what is this? Register for when an attribute value changes. And it's for a specific value. So I think we do it. Yeah, because in this case, he's getting the health attribute. Then he's doing that. He's performing that on it. Okay, he's yapping a little bit. Let's hear. Okay, so for some reason. Okay, so back here, we're using the get gameplay attribute value change delegate. And we're essentially tracing this delegate back to its origin. And yeah, it's right there. So he's saying we can't use a dynamic multicast delegate like we used before, because this doesn't use it. I'm not sure why that's a rule, but that I guess that makes some sense. Okay, I'm gonna remove both of those. Oh yeah, we need a callback function for this, right? No, not that. Okay. I'm not following really, but I'm just gonna roll with it. So we're making a virtual void function for broadcasting, or for listening for attribute changes consistently instead of just on startup. Because I think we press play. See, we got that, and let's actually show debug ability system. So our health did increase by 25. It's 75 out of 100 now. But our health bar has not updated. So that's what we're doing right now. We're trying to constantly listen for attribute changes. Okay. So virtual void bind callbacks to dependencies. Okay, so we're going to override that. Virtual what? It's going to be override. I don't know why we need super. Like, I don't understand what the super does. Oh, I see. If there's any functionality, if there was any functionality within this, it would also call that. Okay. I see, I see. Yeah. Okay. See, if I were doing this in my mind, I would feel like I was making a mistake every step of the way because we haven't actually made gameplay tags yet. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do at all. Okay, 2 definitions. Good. Okay, so I think I'm actually gonna leave it off there because I am super, super tired. I am really feeling it now. But, yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I will be streaming tomorrow from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. And I will make a post about this, but I think from now on I'll be doing Fridays from 3 to 5 instead of from 7 to 9 because of the reasons I was talking about before, just kind of having the end of the day free for other projects, and having a consistent, like I'm either streaming at 11 to 1 or 3 to 5, and then weekends are kind of an exception. But having all those weekdays only switch between those 2 times is kind of nice, at least for now. So I'm going to switch it to that. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Farewell.